steady, soulful, full of life. That's Solomon Northup, a free man, a respected musician, a devoted husband and father. It's the 1840s. Solomon lives as many men only hope to: dignified, independent, joyful. He walks the streets in a fine coat. He plays his fiddle for grand parties and quiet gatherings. He dines with his family, hugs his children, kisses his wife at the door. His hands are calloused, not by chains, but by choice. But in a world where freedom for a black man is as fragile as breath, one choice changes everything. Two men approach him, friendly, well-dressed. They say there's work in Washington, D.C., a musician's tour, great pay, quick trip. Solomon considers. He says yes. He packs his fiddle, unaware that he's walking into a trap. After dinner and drinks, Solomon falls ill. He wakes in chains, a dirt cell, iron cuffs, no answers. He shouts, "I am a free man!" But the guards don't hear him. Or worse, they don't care. His name is stripped, his identity erased. He's told, "Your name is Platt." And just like that, Solomon Northup disappears. He is beaten, sold, and loaded onto a ship headed south. The rocking of the waves feels endless. There's moaning below deck, whispers of stolen names, children crying for mothers who aren't there. When they dock, they're herded like cattle into an auction, naked, shivering, examined like beasts. Solomon is sold to a preacher, William Ford. Ford is unusual. He listens. He speaks gently. He quotes scripture, but not with hate. Solomon proves useful, intelligent, skilled. He builds a waterway that saves time, earns Ford's respect, and a violin, a flicker of dignity. But Ford owns men, and when Solomon becomes too troublesome to keep, he's passed along, like a used tool. He is sold to Edwin Epps, and now the nightmare deepens. Epps is cruel, volatile, just plain evil. He drinks heavily, quotes the Bible as justification, whips mercilessly, forces slaves to dance for his amusement after a long day in the fields. Solomon works under the scorching sun, picks cotton under the gaze of the overseer, but nothing compares to what he witnesses done to her. Patsy. She is young, bright, strong beyond belief. She picks more cotton than any man, but still, Epps wants more. He desires her, obsesses over her. His wife, jealous and bitter, lashes out. Patsy becomes a symbol of pain, whipped by Epps, scorned by his wife, envied, hated, used. She begs Solomon to end her life, and he can't. He watches, every day, his soul screaming silently, yet still, he survives. He clings to memory, of his children, of his wife, of freedom. He writes in secret, plays his fiddle at night to remember who he was, and then a whisper of hope arrives. A carpenter, Bass, from Canada, hired to build on Epps's land. He's bold, honest, outspoken. He sees slavery for what it is, evil, and says so aloud. Solomon takes a leap of faith. He tells Bass everything: his name, his home, his freedom, his truth. Bass listens, and, more importantly, he believes. Bass promises to deliver letters, to alert friends in New York. And then, silence. Days pass. Then weeks. Solomon goes to work, his heart pounding every time a rider approaches. Then, one morning, a carriage appears. A figure steps down with a letter in hand. It's Henry Northup, a friend of the family, a lawyer. He calls out Solomon's name. And at last, for the first time in 12 years, someone recognizes him not as a slave, but as a man. The papers are signed. The nightmare is over. Solomon Northup is free. He returns to Saratoga. His wife, older now, his children, grown. He missed it all. The birthdays, the milestones, the joys and sorrows of a decade lost. But they embrace him. He is home. Yet his spirit cannot rest. He writes his story. 12 years a slave. He names names, describes every act, every wound, every humiliation. His book becomes a weapon for justice. He speaks. He testifies. His words shake the halls of abolitionist meetings, ripple through newspapers. He didn't just escape. He rose. He fought. He bore witness. So when you remember Solomon Northup, don't just remember the man who was taken. Remember the man who came back, who spoke up when silence was expected, who endured when all seemed lost, who lit a fire so others might one day follow his light. Solomon Northup, free in body, unbroken in soul, forever a voice history will never silence.